An eye on education now. Students and teachers, they are headed back to school. And for many teachers, this means facing out-of-pocket expenses to help their students. Joining us live right now is Libby Hyken, a former teacher and the founder of GrantWatch.com. And Libby, you started GrantWatch.com. You wrote many grants for your classroom. Can you tell us how difficult it is for a teacher to get a grant for their classroom?
Well, it's really not difficult at all. On GrantWatch, for the classroom itself, for teachers to apply, we have about 172 grants right now. They are added to every single day. We update new grants, archive the old ones. So they're there. There's a lot of in-kind support. I know that right now a lot of teachers, they just go and they spend a great deal of money of their own. And right now, with coming out of COVID, a lot of people don't have it, but the grants are there. And as you said, I wrote grants years ago for my own classroom. That's how I got started. I found a need, and there was no money at the school district for what I wanted to do. And so I started writing, and the rest is history. Now we have GrantWatch.
I know, I know you're talking about that website here, but if you could just explain a little further of how does a teacher go about, let's say, writing a grant?
Grants are very specific. So you could have a grant that's just some checklist online where you just have to fill in your information, explain what you need. Could be a 1 or 2 pager, or you could have a grant application that's about 100 pages. So there really is no clear answer of how to go about it, except follow the directions, make sure that you're eligible. And also you have to see who has to be the applicant. It could be the teacher can apply, or it must be the school or the school district. So before you start applying, make sure that you have everybody ready to sign on to what you want to do.
And how long does it take to get that?
Well, that's another thing. There's so many variables involved here. If you're applying for a grant to a foundation and that foundation meets every single month, then they're deciding every month who's going to be funded. If the foundation meets every 3 months, it's going to take that long. A lot of times it tells you in the application when they will be deciding.
And any, just advice or tips if you have for those teachers who are trying to get more and get a grant?
Don't be afraid, because teachers write lesson plans constantly, and they take the needs of the children, they establish goals, they set up objectives, they create activities, and they evaluate. Those are the components of a grant application. So I find that teachers are the best grant writers, because you do that all the time, every single day when you write a lesson plan.
All right,
and so you can build your proposal that way. And teachers, if you have a program that you want to create, you want to develop, you want to apply for, just go after it. Because a lot of times in schools, we get things from the top down, where we're told to implement this new program. It's so much better when it comes from the bottom up, when the teacher who's actually in the classroom knows what the children need and can go ahead and create a program that's going to work for her class, his or her classroom.
All right, Libby Hyken, with founder of GrantWatch.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we have all that information that you need on our website, CBS12.com.
And we have over 7,000 grants today on GrantWatch, and about almost 3,000 are for education. So the grants are out there.
Wonderful. Thank you, Libby.